Man, I don't even know how we got here as a species, but this whole notion that uh, race is a social construct is so silly, man. It's like we're obviously different. There's obviously traits that are within each group um, that make us different. And it's like, yeah, we are similar to a degree of like 99.9%, but that 0.1% is a huge factor in behavioral traits and how we look, how we think. I wouldn't go as far to say that we're like something like a subspecies or something like that of each other. That's a bit too far and a bit too extreme. But I wouldn't say that we are the same race either. And it's crazy saying something like that today is just like, what the fuck, man? You racist. But it's not really racist at all. I'll tell you how I think about it. It's more like, I don't know if you guys have ever played the game Skyrim, or just think of any video game, right? Where it's like a role-playing game and you can choose your race at the start of the game. It's like, this is how I see it. You can choose your race at the start of the game, and each race has different perks or different things that they're better at. But that doesn't mean necessarily that you can't pick one race who can't excel in a path that another race could. Like, you could still do it, but the baseline of what you can achieve and the ceiling of what you can achieve might be higher of what you can achieve in a race that has perks driven towards that. If you follow what I'm saying. So it's like, it's not like I'm saying like one race can't achieve one thing. I'm more saying like some races on average are better suited for some things. It doesn't mean that like one individual of another race can't achieve what another race can. It means that they might have to work a little bit harder, or who knows, they might have got lucky with the genetic lottery and they might have behavioral traits which help them excel in what they wish to do. But yeah, it's not even that big of a deal, man. It's just more like, we all have certain things that we're generally good at in our own race. It's like, for example, East Asians, they really had to lock in over the thousands of years that they were evolving because they had a high population density and they had a lot of mouths to feed. They had to lock in and they had to be like, okay, how do we feed everyone? How do we organize the logistics of this? So, of course, they're going to be naturally good at math, which is what they are. And for white Europeans, they had to lock in, and we had a bit more harsh conditions, especially in the north, especially like Scandinavia, northern Germany, and, northern France and the UK and stuff of that nature. We had to lock in for winter because if we didn't lock in and if we didn't plan, we wouldn't survive. We would die out. So, we tend towards longer term planning and innovation, how to get us out of, messes such as conditions where we had to survive in harsh climates. And for, Africans, they are way better on average biologically suited to for like combat or like sports or anything like that, because that's what they were doing over the thousands of years of evolution. There was a lot of combat and a lot of physical combat. So of course, warrior traits are going to be inbred, same as the Maoris, man. And the Maoris were similar. They had a very warrior culture. So like, it's interesting, right? It's like the culture that was there led to what got ingrained into the DNA. So it's like, yeah, culture does play a huge role, but it also starts to embed in the DNA and reinforces some behavioral traits, and that becomes the race as a whole. So it's not really a bad thing. It just means that we're all different. And I'm not saying that you can't achieve something if you're not a certain race, but it's just like, we're all different, and this whole notion that we're all the same and like blah da 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 da, we're all one race, is like, it's a lie. It's based on a lie, man. It's just something to try and make us feel good and be like, yeah, it's just a feel good, like woo woo. It's not very scientific, and how science is backing this whole race as a social construct thing is just, it blows my mind, man, because it's like there are obvious differences. And it's not like, I still believe that the soul trumps all. So like, if you have evolved in your soul, there's nothing holding you back. But for people and individuals who haven't taken that path and haven't decided to evolve their soul, you're still kind of locked into what's going on in your group. But not like, it's not like 100% lock in. as I said. But yeah, imagine a world where all humans were just like completely using their perks that they get for their race for the betterment of the entire planet. It just seems like that would be the best case scenario for everyone. And it's like, it's not like obviously like we should have some kind of caste system where it's like, you're this race, you do that. No, I don't believe in that, because I still believe there's outliers and individual cases where, you know, there might be a white dude who trumps a black dude in basketball or some physical sport or some type of activity. And then there might be a black astrophysicist who just trumps some Asian dude, you know? It's not like we should all lock in, but we should use these as like, you know, generalizations until the individual discovers what the individual wants to do. It's like, it's not that big of a deal, man. It's not that big of a deal to acknowledge. It is what it is. It's part of reality. Doesn't mean we get to treat anyone less. Doesn't mean that we should act like one race is better than the other. It's just we're all good at different things. And we should accept that, and we should expand on that, and we should embrace that, and do our best to make the whole planet good for everybody with what we're good at on both a racial level and an individual level.